We're looking at the first proof of life beyond Earth. Lowering oxygen, more carbon dioxide. That's beautiful.
You're finally a daddy. It's gonna be a big custody battle over this one.
Look how fast it's growing. Every single cell is a muscle cell and a nerve cell.
All muscle, all brain. How smart is this thing?
What's going on?
What made you say yes to the project?
I read the script and I thought it was scary and intimidating, and I thought, what could we do with this film that hasn't been done before? And I was quite skeptical, and I talked to the producer who said, please call the director and listen to what he has to say, Daniel Espinosa, who I knew prior to this and wanted to work with. And I think it was 10 minutes into the conversation with him where he basically just told me the fundamentals of the philosophical aspect and what he wanted to create, and I realized this is a bloody brilliant director. I need him to create character for me.
So, philosophical you mean, but how is life different from other horror space movies?
Well, I think what he described to me and what I attached to with this film was, first of all, you can take the element of fear away. Let's take the creature away from the spaceship. And there's still dynamic, and there's still characters, interesting characters with history, dynamics when your actions create reactions in me. I like the humanitarian aspect of things. Then you take the outer force in, and the difference is that we actually take it from its habitat because we want to science, we want to research, we want to provoke, we want to own, kind of like human behaviorism in general, really. And we create our own threat. We create our own disaster somehow.
What other female character you used inspire you to build your character in this movie? Did you have any other influence?
I did. I didn't have any specific character or actor in mind, and what I tried not to do, because I've seen Aliens so many times, is not fall into the habit of trying to remake Sigourney Weaver's character, because no one can. She did it, and she did it brilliantly. What I try to do is stay real to my microbiologist, scientist, and I talk to microbiologists, I looked at astronauts, and I just try to create what I believe Miranda North would be in relation to Daniel's comments as well. It's easy to fall into the habit of what already has been created, but then I'm going down the route that I didn't want to go.
And how was for you shooting zero gravity the whole movie?
Hard, and because, as you said, the whole movie is zero gravity, so we had to kind of combine. We couldn't always be in strings, wire work. There would be Pilates balls, or you stand on your toes and you move, and we had. It's like creating a dance and a flow movement, and everyone has to create their own movement for their character, which I loved. Like Jake's character, David, he's been on space for so long that he kind of is a part and has to move like someone who's been on the ISS for a long time. He knows every corner, every edge, he knows where to maneuver away from so he doesn't hurt himself, you know. Whilst my character's new on board and never done it before.
And each character react different from Calvin to the idea of meeting an alien form. How does your character face the alien, and how would you?
I think what I did with Miranda was she has this side of her that she finds science extremely interesting and beautiful, and hence why her relationship to Hugh Derry, Arian Bakari's role, is so strong. He becomes kind of a fatherly figure for her. And she loves the relationship that is growing between them, because Derry sees it as a little child, I can imagine, and that's how I saw it anyway. But there was also her autopilot is protection, is cover, is firewall after firewall. She has to think outside of the box. And I think it's a line from the film where she thinks, Which she says, you have to think the worst thing that can happen, and the worst after that, and the worst after that. And it's interesting knowing what that would do to a character.
Would you like to face an alien form?
Well, it depends what kind of alien form. I mean, yeah, but I mean, because I believe there is something out there. We found water on the moon. In water there is parasites. For me, that is alien form. If I would like to meet a big, scary, green thing or an octopus-like thing, I'd probably be quite scared. If it came to Earth, I'd probably expect it to be fiercely intelligent because it found us. I don't know.
No, you're not. Get your goddamn hair off. What are we gonna do?
These creatures wiped out Mars millions of years ago. If we let it get to Earth,
We'll risk all human life.
Let's kill the thing.
Good night, moon. Good night, room. Good night, cow jumping over the moon.